Let me get everything set up here. Because I only got 2 monitors. Man, Brantley, it's been a long time since we talked. We've talked.
Feels like it's been ages.
I don't remember a fucking single thing we've done last. All I know is that I came here to, because now I have this, and this allows me to equip bonuses.
Yeah.
And I got a gun boost, which increases my range, which is really good. So
bonuses.
Bonuses. Brantley and I just finished our what's it called?
Episode. Our ritual. No, so yeah, you could put it better words than I can.
We finished our I was just gonna say we finished our episode of Black Rock Shooter. We finished recording it.
Yeah.
Okay, what were you gonna say?
No, yeah, that's definitely what I meant.
Ritual. So
yeah, like an episode of a podcast.
Yeah, that's what they call it in the podcast business. When you do an episode, they call it a ritual.
Oh yeah. Have you seen podcasts?
You sound like someone in like 2007 who downloaded some of their favorite podcasts off of iTunes.
Hey man, have you seen podcasts?
I totally.
We have a no spoilers stream. Well, Scott, we can sure try. In fact, you know what? Who knows if we'll even make progress in this game? It's really kind of a toss-up every time we boot up. So.
Okay, so right, I need to get Anaconda skins. I forgot that I'm doing the fucking Lord Hunger's quest.
Just bull.
I forgot that this is what we were doing. Like, I really did.
Mm-hmm.
Wait, okay, so I need Anaconda skins.
You're really working things out right now.
I am. Hold on one second. I'm getting some D&D questions. Oh, hello, Hoss00312 Infinite Dashes. Welcome to the stream.
Hi.
I don't know if you're actually here or if you're. Oh no, yeah, no. We've been followed by this person without the infinite dashes. So, either they've made 2 accounts and followed us twice, or they're a bot. In either case, thank you. Acquire 6 Anaconda skins. I don't know where to fucking find Anacondas. I don't know where to find anything in this.
Well, the good news is that we know they're not in the same place as gators or squirrels or wolves, because we would have found them already if so.
Where is the Clarkson?
Some buns.
Where is the Clarkson's estate? Oh, it's all the way over there.
Yeah, they have that big plot of land.
Well, I'm gonna go there because I did read something about a side quest there. All right, Scott told us to listen to this song, but I cannot hear it.
Is it not pumping loud enough in game?
Oh, now it is.
Let's just let it rock for a while.
Oh, yes, I know what song you're talking about, Scott. Yes, this is a very deadly premonition like song.
This town sure is peaceful. Yes, I know. I know what you're about to say.
The
but
whistle.
that's
well, you
why
know what
we're
that
here.
means. Get off that
To
skateboard. Try
protect
again.
this peace.
Does
Isn't
it
that
have
right,
a
Zach?
Oh, it is this one. Yeah, like the organ music. Yeah, I need to get onto the Clarksons because I gotta go kill the pet gator.
You know what this reminds me of a little bit? It reminds me of like Mario Kart Double Dash style music.
Yeah, kind of like.
Because of the whistling, the organ sounds a little bit like the sound samples they use.
I cannot get onto this road because it is definitely not.
Oh.
It is definitely not like attached to. Look at this.
Oh yeah, I saw.
That's pretty
Oh.
bad.
I wonder how those people get out of their driveways.
I mean,
For,
cars
for
can
those
do-
houses you found. Well, I mean, because, yeah, I was just seeing you getting hitched up on the street there. Yeah, I think, you know what? You really should be able to double dash around on your skateboard, ride dual with
That sounds
with
ridiculous.
Patty.
That sounds horrible.
You know what? If you had a vehicle and you did a double dash style thing with York and Patty, then you could call it the Patty Wagon.
That's really bad.
Hey, you know what's even worse?
Yeah.
York Peppermint Patty.
Yep, that's pretty terrible.
Glad to be of service.
Gotta activate this balloon.
I'm gonna shoot it.
I mean, sometimes that's all this game is shooting activates everything. What was your favorite Double Dash mission?
Mission? You mean map?
Real quick though, I do like that there is a fast travel station right there, and then also one right here.
Just in case. Let's see.
Can I? Oh,
I'm trying to think
oh my god.
of the ones that I really. What's up?
Okay, I thought
Okay,
the sugarcane plantation was a maze.
Oh.
And I was going to be like, well, I know what we're doing for the 2.5 hours.
Let's see. In terms of double dash maps, which were the ones that I'd always really do well on? I'll have to look up a list, but like, sort of conceptually, I really dig Wario Stadium, or whatever the Wario one was. It was in like cages. You know,
Yeah, Wario Stadium. Yeah, I like that one too. It was like simple.
Mhm.
Hold on, let me get my safe zone started for whenever, in case I need that.
Baby Park is always a riot.
What's the cruise mirror one?
Oh, Daisy Cruise.
Yeah.
Yeah, Daisy.
That was a good one.
Mhm.
Dude, Double Dash is not as good as people say it is.
Oh no, I know why they're saying this. Sorry, Scott. You showed up for the stream, and now we're bringing the discourse in.
No, I think, like, I honestly think that Mario Kart is one of those games that just gets better. Like,
Yeah.
as they make new ones. Like, I just, cause like, playing Bad Take from Grant, how refreshing. I'll fucking kick your ass. No, it's just, it's super
Wait,
janky.
did you have that travel point back there?
No, I didn't.
You just drove past it, so.
It's janky. And going back to it, you're like, wow, yeah, this is a janky game. God, York moves so slow naturally.
You're not running, that's why.
Oh, you mean the sprint where he fucking widens his arm stance?
Yeah, goes cryptid on the town. Yeah, it's a different kind of feeling. Like, oh my god, you went through the ground.
I found an anaconda skin.
Found it, Zach.
There you go.
An anaconda skin.
That almost didn't save you. The
And
world almost
freshly
just
shed
let
from
you
the
fall
looks of it.
through. It's like, all right,
Now
take
let's
me.
get a move on before we run into its form. What do
let
you
me
think God
see
wants with something like this
the
anyway?
Kill Z plane. But like with Double Dash, it's an interesting Mario Kart game because you have these really kind of like slidey, wide turns when you're drifting. So it's a different kind of experience than like, say like DS, where you have like some vehicles you can be really tight with. It's a different feel.
Yeah, I'm also not the biggest fan of having character-specific.
Oh, the special power-ups.
Yeah.
I can see that.
Because it's like, because some of them are really good.
The imbalance of that definitely starts to raise some different questions.
Because like
I remember playing 2-player and being able to shove people around. That changed things.
yeah,
we wouldn't have beat the game without the 2-player mode.
That's fun. And Sky, I agree with that. I think that for the most part, Mario Kart has just gotten better with some arguments with Mario Kart 7 on the DS, the 3DS.
Yeah.
Having some things over 8. But I just think 8, in terms of kart mechanic feels so good.
Yeah. You know, in the same sense of like having that unique driving style in Double Dash, if you master it, it feels supreme. You know, because it's like, aha, I am taking this wild beast and I'm taming it. But getting there is hard, especially when items are involved.
So, what do you think of him?
There's some wacky ones.
Talking about him.
Double Dash.
Is the skeletal gentleman friend or foe?
Having, like, the
or does he merely exist outside the realms of evil?
entire
Still too early to tell. But it's clear that he'll be the key to uncovering this case's mysteries. That's what my soul tells me.
Yeah,
I guess in general, wide attack items work.
I remember
By the
being
way,
very
Zach,
good.
Hungan feels
Double
very
Dash as a
familiar to
kid.
me. You might even say he reminds me of someone.
But I don't know
yes,
that. I do
think
remember
I see the
band.
connection now.
Absolutely.
A cheerful, wise, yet also mysterious African American
Yeah.
who appeared in a variety of different films. My mind must be
But,
overlapping him with the skeleton
Oh,
gentleman.
that
Do you
bridge is
remember
just
his name?
popping into.
Ah, yes, that's it. Scatman Crothers. In 1980, he played Dick Halloran
Alright,
in The
we're
Shining,
gonna let this
and in
one play, so we don't
1983,
hear
he
it
was in The
anymore.
Twilight Zone. He played the man who invited
This
all
one's
those
so
elderly
long.
folks into a strange
game
new
just has
world. I knew it.
Endless
Zach.
rants.
There's definitely a connection here,
Way
but
more
he's a
than
bit too
the ones
old.
in the.
Scatman's more of a sage character.
More in the-
Our skeletal gentleman is a little
What is
younger,
it?
isn't he?
Than the first
Yes.
one.
They have different body types,
Oh, and Deadly
but
Premonition.
what about Forrest Whitaker? He made his debut in 1982 in Fast
Did you
Times at
record it?
Ridgemont
No.
High. Then he was in Platoon and The Color of Money, both released in
like to see him going
1986,
so
followed by
fast.
Good Morning Vietnam in 1987. Oh, and he was in Bird in 1988. What an impressive filmography. Across the 80s, he transformed his rough, young image into a more cheerful, wiser one. That's why the 80s can also be described as the decade that built up Forrest Whitaker's
Absolutely.
career. I firmly believe that he'll win an Academy Award for Best Actor someday. Yes, I'm sure it's right around the corner. He'll most likely wait until the time is right. Maybe around next year, then he'll
I
unleash his
fucking
best
love,
performance
like,
yet.
the-
Zach,
the
I could go on about famous
like
actors
the
forever,
predictive-
but we have a case to solve here. Let's table this discussion for now.
It's so stupid. Also, this is so. I once went longboarding down near my dad's house next to a cornfield.
So, what do you think of
Oh,
him? Yes,
Nope,
I'm
this
talking
is just
about
an
him.
infinite one that constantly goes on. It's just long as shit. But just skateboarding down a fucking like next to farmland, very reminiscent of me at points in my life. Not even relatively not recently, like within the past 5 years. Yeah, no other character can use this board. There's more boards in this game, and I want to unlock it. I wonder if one can just go insanely fast. Like, just Mach speed skateboard. Now, Brantley. Or Discourse. And Bryce, I know you can. Bryce, you can answer this too. I know you're a platforming guy. What's the best 3D Mario game?
Well, see, that's a much more difficult question than something like what's the best like 3D Sonic game.
Because half of the Sonic games are unplayable.
Right, like it's like, well, you know, regardless of how you feel about Sonic Heroes, it does have some legitimately like soft lock, you know, glitches in there. And some versions of the game on PlayStation, for example, are like actively like worse. Let's see. Good. Because it comes down to preference with Mario platformers. We could talk forever about like Mario 64's controls, which I kind of feel are awkward, but like I get when people can use them well. You're gonna just take that hit, aren't you? Of course. Just to feel something.
This is also like any game with like a southern rich family. This is the exact path you take. There is literally almost an exact recreation of this in Red Dead Redemption 2.
They don't quite have this in Left 4 Dead 2, but a little. Just not quite as long. Let's see. It's tough because like I almost just want to say, oh, it's Odyssey, because I did have a blast playing Odyssey. It helped me out in hard times, and I learned a lot from that game. But also like I didn't really go all the way on the content of Odyssey. Like, it has like some incredibly high highs, and I cried twice in that game. But also there's just some missions that I will not touch with a 10-foot pole. Yeah, it feels like they did their research in Deadly Premonition 2, at least to some extent. But let's see. Because with Odyssey, it's like I really don't like doing the what is it? I don't remember, the Shiver something or whatever, the Snow World. But I don't like doing the bouncy races.
Well, I agree. It's really whack shit too, because you're like, oh, cool, Snow World. I've always loved the Snow Worlds. But that one sucks because it's all bouncy races.
Yeah. So it's like I have like extremely high highs and some lows in Odyssey. If we get enough money to pay everyone in town just to stand around the A-post. Yeah, I believe that's called filmmaking. In some parts of the world, you can get a lot of money for it. If you apply, you can get that subsidized. I like the slow zoom on the gator.
I like how it's plural too.
It feels like you were playing Pokemon Snap there for a moment. Why did he put crocodile in quotes?
They're far more dangerous.
Yeah, so this is not a gator.
A crocodile's stomach along with this right
here. If I have to think about what mainline Mario game I like the most, I think it has to be 3D
Jesus.
World. What? Oh! Well, okay. Throw in a hand, get photo op. Exactly.
Oh.
What? Is this a good idea?
I mean, I'm winning, aren't I? Hell yeah, it is.
I mean, you are.
You see that?
That was theirs. Didn't they own that?
Well, I found.
Oh, that was important. That was a thing you were supposed to do. You were just straight up supposed to kill their crocodile.
Years of academy training implemented successfully.
That's what they teach you in the FBI.
Who we love? Romancing the Stone, 1984, directed by Robert Zemeckis. Story, music, characters, all masterpiece level. A work of art overflowing with originality that had never been seen before. After acquiring the legendary Emerald of Crocodile devours the boss's hand along with the stone. And in the end, our main character Jack catches the crocodile, finds the stone, and becomes a millionaire. I just did the exact same thing here. It's just like Michael Douglas. Romantic, isn't it, Zach? But we'll never be able to become millionaires like Jack did. Things to its owner, after all.
Patty, what's that?
That tree? Or the water tower?
That thing I'm pointing at. That.
Like I said, what?
That thing. Right there, Patty.
Just tell me what it is. How am I supposed to know which that you're referring to?
This guy
You're goofing on me, ain't you?
This guy just watched me beat the shit out of an alligator. Or crocodile, sorry.
What's he gonna do about it? You know, like, so that thing is like the terror of this place, right?
Yeah.
And you just took it down. You're the boss now.
just came in and just started punching the shit out of their pet.
You're probably on camera doing that too. There's no way they don't have security.
Yeah, if I were the Clarksons, I'd be fucking freaked out right now.
Mm-hmm.
I'm like,
The FBI agent who you definitely know rolled into town did just kill your croc and take evidence from it. And then booked it. Just left because he felt like it.
With his variants. Sounds Oh, I've been playing Psychonauts a lot recently. And I got to the bowl level. Fucking hate that level. Oh god, shut the fuck up. I hate you on the skateboard. You're fine.
Sounds of Florida. What is that?
Can we enter? No, we don't have a warrant. One of these days I will do a compilation of all the cool skate stunts we do as Zach, or as York.
Yeah. Oh yeah, there is a teeth level.
If this town has a symbol,
I remember
it's got
that's
to
fair game to mention because it was like in the early teasers for the game. Yeah. I'm looking forward to playing it at some point.
I know. Where's Danny? Normally tells you. Can you look up where to find an anaconda fucking skin? Because holy shit.
Sure. Oh, bull level, not bull level. So like a raging bull. Yeah, where the bull is running around town, you have to hide away from it in the alleys.
Just a bunch of painting puzzles, and you have to actually spend real like currency in the game. So if you run out of currency, which I did, you have to go back and try again.
That game is not short on oddball integrations of like what you're supposed to do. Like, all right, here's the cobweb duster. You are gonna need this. It will be essential.
Danny's car.
Oh yeah. Are you sure Danny's not merged into it?
He might be. I can skip stones.
They find it's like, okay, here's the inventory object puzzles. You're just gonna have to do that level,
Right.
Funny stuff.
I did do the French level. That one's okay. A lot of people are like, that one's the best level. I don't think so. It's cool. The gimmick gets really old really fast.
I think it really mileage varies in Psychonauts depending on like how much you enjoy repeating certain tasks.
Yes.
And like definitely like that's what I think of in the sort of like latter half of the game. Tons of clever levels, like really interesting stuff. But they're so daring that sometimes they risk feeling awkward. So like for example, Gloria's level where you're changing out backdrops and like mixing and matching until like you get the don't say squeakle in this household. I will throw this chat into emoji only mode.
Just be chipmunks over and over again.
There will be no squeakles mentioned here because any small land rodent will be shot with Detective Francis York Morgan's rubber bullet gun. What was I saying? Oh yeah, and like wildly creative levels in the back half of Psychonauts 2, but
Psychonauts.
Oh, sorry, Psychonauts, yes. But it really kind of depends on how much you vibe with the mechanic of the level, and if you like long levels at all. So, like, the Milkman level, that one took me, like, I think an hour or more to work my way through. And I wasn't a super big fan of remembering my inventory. And so, like, that definitely, like, wore on me. And it didn't help that I wasn't super into clairvoyance as a power, and so therefore, like, it ended up being grating in like a unique way. But the whole way is just like, wow, this is impressive. Somebody else must really enjoy this, you know?
Yeah, I really liked I think clever's a very good way to describe Psychonauts. It's clever. It's not always fun in its cleverness, and sometimes it's very reminiscent of like, yeah, you want to use your inventory, you want to make this puzzle, backtracking and stuff, and that can get grating, but the levels are always interesting to look at, and I think that Psychonauts is a decent platformer with a very good aesthetic.
It's difficult to make levels for a game like Psychonauts 1 because it's you have such a wide skill set that they're trying to accommodate for. And so, like, they're like, well, we want you to be able to have these, like Double Fine early LucasArts style, like, interactions with the world. So you need to be able to use an inventory. Okay, so that's something that we already have to do. And atop the inventory, we also have the psychic powers, which can't be item-based if we want them to be handy. But we only have so many buttons, so that's going to require some management. And each of those powers is going to have their own implementation, and that's fun. But that means that also you have this wide skill set. Because like when you're doing this game about psychic training camp, it's not enough to just be like, all right, here's your telekinesis and whoa, and here's your pyrokinesis, and you're done. They really want to go all out. So now we have psychic powers too, and those are broad. And then we have items, which you can buy from the shop, and then those may affect the level. And there's just a couple of those. And so like your tool set and your ability to interact with things is very wide. It's like, well, how do I get past this wall? Is it a punch? Is it an item? Is it a psychic power? It could be any one of those things, and all of them act kind of differently. And they all have a little bit of overlap with each other, at least. And so, therefore, it's easy to get lost in the amount of abilities you have, and it's difficult to tell sometimes what the game wants out of you. From a design perspective, too, like, when you go wide like that, it's difficult to sort of narrow back in on the gameplay and just say, all right, this is the skill that's going to be used here and now. Yeah, it's interesting, and I don't envy that design process.
No, it's very ambitious.
Yeah, and most of the time they're able to say like, all right, this level is all about clairvoyance. This level is all about this or that. But I think then too, maybe what exacerbates it is the length of the levels, because they have so many ideas that have to be played out in platformer form. Like some of those levels are huge for a platformer, because they're not segmented, right? It is a big, like almost like a Mario 64 world, but instead of having multiple missions that you go back to piece for piece, you do it all at once. You go in and you stay in. Yeah, and so like, you have to have a certain stamina for that. Yeah. And it helps. You'll have more stamina if you really enjoy the mechanic they're having you use. So if you like seeing Raz through everyone's different clairvoyant perspective, then heck yeah, the Milkman level is just going to be energy for you. If you enjoy the rollerball, then fantastic. You just have this huge chunk of the game that's devoted to that. But if you really don't like the rollerball, then bouncing around in that level is going to be tiring. It's trying to do the job of multiple different platformers, and I respect that.
Yeah, I think it's a good game. I can't think of like, I wouldn't be like, oh, if you want to play a platformer, you want to play Psychonauts. I'd be more like, if you want to play a humorous game with a lot of charm, you would like Psychonauts. There are better platformers out there, but Psychonauts is definitely charming.
Yeah, they're not going to deliver you the writing of Psychonauts. They're not going to give you the world of like a very real feeling summer camp.
Yes.
you know, and things like that. Like,
Okay, can you tell me
The
what
pol-
these anaconda skins are?
oh yeah, it's progression time, baby. Okay,
Because I have
here we
this
go.
one right.
Deadly Premonition 2. How to refund.
I didn't buy this game. It was generously
better
gifted to us.
profit. Let's see. Deadly Premonition 2 Anaconda skins. Okay, it says you have to go watch Digimon the movie.
Did we talk about Digimon the movie last time we played this? I feel
I
like
No, I
that-
think we just talked about Digimon a lot. Well, no. When was the last time we talked about Terriermon?
we talked about Terriermon last time we hung out.
So then, no, it wasn't on stream.
But there was also the time when we talked about the writer being transphobic, but also how the movie has what's that? It's like the Nickelodeon show with the cutout girl.
Yeah, it's Amanda Anaconda.
Terrifying. Oh god, that makes sense. Okay.
Yeah, that's why I said it.
Yep. That was a good joke. It went right over my goddamn head.
Okay, and you look closely, this park is written on the mission description. The park is next to the church. That's where you'll find anaconda skins littered above the ground randomly.
Okay, so I gotta go to
You
the church.
don't need to hunt and kill snakes. They're just there.
Fair. Oh man. Well, except there is one problem about that, Zach. There is a skill that you never want off of your skill bar, and that is levitate. Levitate allows you to keep a lot of momentum you get from bouncing off. Because like one of the really cool things that I wish they utilized more in Psychonauts is when you jump off an angle, you start going really fast, and you keep that momentum. So if you jump off of an angle into another angle into another angle, you can fly. That being said, the rollerball allows you to kind of do that with longer distances. I have... Yeah. But the thing is that it's not always... Like, a lot of them are not planned for you to use rollerball. There's a lot of times where I would sequence break the game by using rollerball to just fly over like things I was supposed to jump on. But the problem is that if you want to get all the fragments, then you got to go the way they want you to go. I hate the fragments. They're the worst collectibles in any game I've ever played, like hands down.
We need to get you to play more games.
That's not true. I've played enough games.
Hey. Don't forget Ball and Wonderworld.
But does Ball and Wonderworld have collectibles?
It does. You just forgot them. They're the tiers.
No, but those aren't required for like a.
They're for Tim's.
Yeah, but like you can come back and like keep finding the tiers, right? Fragments are like you need to get all the fragments to 100% the game, right?
Yeah.
And those are pretty terrible. And because
But if you were a true Ball and Wonderworld
Hey,
fan,
Zach,
you'd take this more
remember
seriously.
this movie?
Anaconda, are we gonna talk about Anaconda?
1997, directed by Luis Loza.
What if you just totally...
Anaconda.
Yeah, there we go.
The
But I
movie
would
where the
love if you
famous
just
John
did
Boyd goes crazy with a
total left
rifle.
turn and
Jennifer
said
Lopez,
to some other random
Eric
movie.
Stoltz. Even Owen Wilson and Ice Cube were in
I've
it.
seen Anaconda.
Is that an all-star cast or
It's
what?
whack.
The scene in the beginning where Danny
What's it
Trejo
about?
climbs up a ladder with a pistol in one hand is a must-see. It stole my heart within the first 5 minutes.
Well,
Okay, back to the real
It's a
world.
monster movie featuring giant
We're on an
anacondas.
important mission right now, aren't we?
It's not good, but it's kind of like the late 90s, early aughts cheesy horror movie feel where even they weren't taking it seriously.
I remember hearing about the movie and that it was a horror movie or like that it was a scary movie, and I had no context for what it was supposed to be about, so I was just kind of like, I don't want to interact with that, and just kind of put it out of my mind forever.
What's whack is it
About
came out
3
in
years ago,
1997,
I
but
met a man who had a
distinctly
pair
remember
of
it being in
anaconda skin
theaters,
shoes.
and I would have only been 2.
He said they
Yeah,
were a
that's the thing, I
trophy
remember
from a
hearing
snake he
about it.
hunted and
So,
skinned
like,
all by himself.
I don't know how that
Could you
works.
kill something and then wear its skin?
But
I couldn't. No thanks.
I don't know. I can look it up. Here we go.
I fail to see any difference between that and a crazed murderer
Oh, by
who
the
carries
way,
pieces
in
of
case
his
this
victims
helps
home with
later,
him.
if you need the pressed white guara as a mission object, it has an objective marker, luckily, but Anaconda Skin Quest comes first. So, just as a heads up. The end of this article that I found just ends with, "This game!" As if to throw your hands up in the air. Thanks, Chris Carter, reviews director, co-EIC of Destructoid.
Francis York Morgan. Smoking.
Zach, I never knew that following oracles was such backbreaking work.
Which is probably the one we remember.
That's what I was yeah, that's what I was thinking of.
I really needed this cigarette.
Yeah, absolutely.
I think I'm on the verge of losing my mind.
He had a cigarette stored in his cheek for later.
Now we just need to find one pressed white Gora.
Suckled on it.
He was very clear that it had to be pressed.
Yeah, here we go.
Do they sell pressed flowers in stores here? I think I'm stumped, Zach. Perhaps we better go ask our well-informed concierge for help.
With that pencil stash, he looks a little French to me. Francois York Morgan.
I need to get rid of the beard. As much as I liked the beard in the first game. I'm not really a fan of it in this one.
Yeah, you know what?
A cigarette?
Yeah, it's the, he pulled the Spike Spiegel. Seemed to swallow the cigarette, then comes up later.
I want to fast travel.
That's always a good sign for a horror movie.
What?
Zach had said that if you just take any part of the movie and you look at it, and it seems an actor is looking at nothing, and that nothing is a prop monster that's held up.
You do have to bathe your charlatan. The one spoiler I'll give you, Scott, is Stinky Agent just doesn't give you a like money debuff at the beginning of the day. Anytime you talk to anyone, you lose $5, then $10, then $15, then $20, and so it racks up so fast. I think we lost like $300 big Stinky Agent.
So now Francis York Morgan's going clean.
Also, our shower in our hotel doesn't work. To watch baby mode. Dude, I do not have enough money. You lose $200 a day because you gotta pay for your hotel.
You got like $400 for driving your skateboard around.
Yeah, but I don't want to do that. I want to fast travel.
That's true.
Scott, don't criticize the way I play Deadly Premonition 2. I'll be one of like 6 people to ever to complete this game.
Excuse you, Deadly Premonition 2, a blessing in disguise.
Oh, I forgot it's Dead 2 Lee. Oh, also I found a DVD
Zach.
copy of
Let's go
GBAT
talk to our
for $40.
concierge.
Oh.
But it's not the Blu-ray, so...
I can't believe
It'd be impossible
someone
for us to
would
find
be
a white
willing to sell
Gora
it for
all
a
on our own in
loss.
such a
Well, no,
vast
it's not
area.
the Blu-ray.
I know, but still. Certainly you don't get a DVD imported, or, like, say, for GBAT for less than $20,
I bet they found it buried in the desert.
Welcome back, Mr. Morgan.
What if it's bootleg?
Oh,
Hello there, concierge. Do you mind if I ask you a question?
I kind of want to buy it.
How may I help you, Mr. Morgan?
I'm in need of a pressed white Gora. Do you know of a store where I could find one?
The Lord hungers?
Oh, his voice echoed.
Correct.
Jolly good, sir.
Oh.
In that case, please ask our bellboy. His hobby is pressing flowers,
Did you also
so I'm
just
sure
see
he'll
York's
be able to
hand
assist
just
you.
pop up into place, and
Yes.
they slowly dropped it down?
Yes.
Love it.
I gotta ask David Jawara, but not this David Jawara. Hold on, I
From
gotta...
chat, Deadly Premonition 2, A Blessing
Very
in
good,
Disguise,
sir.
Social Commentary Edition.
Please, come right. Serving you is
No,
please do let
I
me
need to talk to
know
our
if there...
bellboy. How do I contact the bellboy? Oh, there it is. I gotta press this button. I'll be back in a June. If you're in a hurry, head over to the chef. What do you think, Patty?
What do you think Patty's thinking about?
I don't know. 10 years old in 2005, silly bands. Definitely silly bands.
Silly bands and CSI.
I forgot that she likes CSI. Also the fact that we did sleep for like an entire week.
On the FBI's budget.
Clean shave bonus. What? No. It looks so much better in this game. Clean shaved Francis York Morgan looks better in this game than he did in Deadly Premonition. Deadly Premonition, it looked good, and this one, his mustache is too skinny.
Yeah, in the other game it was more like stubble that grew out into a beard. This game is kind of becomes like you said, it's just pencil thin.
Very good, sir. Please. Serving you is...
Patty's
Please do
thinking of
let...
Carson.
I don't doubt that either.
Thanks, Zach.
Is anything like the 10-year-olds I teach, it would be how not to do homework.
Gee whiz, I wonder how I can not do this as hard as I can.
Got a minute, Chef?
What is it, mister? I got my hands full here.
Do you know where
We're
I might
both.
find a pressed white Gora?
I can skip homework if I have to do arson.
Now, what
It's
did I
true.
tell you? I'm a professional chef. I don't flap my gums about any old thing. If you want to know about the town, you best
I already
ask our
talked to our
concierge.
concierge. I'm literally doing a fast fetch quest to talk to the same person. I remember one time when I was at a bonfire, I took a stick and made a smaller fire next to the bonfire. And that was how I did it. Please speak to the bellboy if you happen to be in a hurry. Okay. There's the bellboy.
May I ask you a question?
Sure,
Oh,
boss.
boy.
What's cracking?
I need to find a pressed white Gora.
You like flowers, boss?
Well, not exactly, but it's the will of God.
The Lord hungers hat.
Excellent, David.
Echo it again.
Way to cut right to the chase. Do you know where I might find one?
Sorry, boss. We only
I
have
love a
one
good
white
echo.
Gora bush in our garden. Yep.
If I'm
What's the
editing
problem?
something and I need to make it sound
Well, yesterday I picked them all and
powerful or
pressed them,
outrageously
see?
stupid, I
perfect.
always echo it.
Would you mind giving one to...
Sorry, boss.
Maybe
no
some
can do.
reverb.
What do you mean?
It's perfect.
I used all the pressed flowers I made to
Oh.
decorate a very
Burned your
special
hand with a
spot,
magnifying
see?
glass fire.
Good job.
What spot?
The bedroom on the first floor.
Toy Story taught you well.
The bathroom.
You remember
Yes,
the ant
sirree.
bully and one of those ants just
So,
gets incinerated?
I don't have a single pressed flower left now.
I heard. I didn't watch that movie because I
Or
had a
ants.
feeling there'd be shit like that in there. And then
Ants,
Well,
bothered
then
me a
not
lot.
ant
Just
bully,
go and grab one
ants.
from the bathroom.
Ah,
Hashtag girl boss.
I wouldn't do that if I were you, boss. Taking a pressed flower from a bathroom
lessons
into
learned
church?
the hard way are
Ah,
good lessons.
Jesus
Eh,
ain't
what's a
gonna
lesson
like
that you
that.
learned the hard way that was a good lesson?
When I was in 2nd grade, I got my first knife. No, 4th grade. I got my first knife. And my dad said, hey, be careful with it. And I said, okay. And then I was playing with it, and it didn't have a very good lock. So I went to close it, and I closed it on my finger.
Yeah.
No, I had a knife in 2nd grade. I don't remember. Okay, so it happened it happened in 3rd grade. The summer between 3rd grade and 4th grade. Because I went with the high schoolers, and that's when my dad gave me a pocket knife. And then I cut my finger on the pocket knife. And my dad said, well, don't do that. And so...
Sorry, but it looks
I
like
have
you're
not
all out of
cut
luck,
my
boss.
finger on a pocket knife ever since. Oh my god. This game hates you. Yeah, I know. I asked for a band-aid and he said if your wound needs a band-aid, then you don't have a wound. I'm like, I don't know if that's true.
Zach.
Huh.
Deep South.
Oh, I remember. Remember we peeped this.
Ah, yes.
Yes.
The white
Princess
gore,
York Morgan, I feel,
also
is going
known
to
as the
learn a
whirling
hard lesson
butterfly.
here.
They certainly look just as beautiful as one. Never thought I'd ever have to pick a flower from a bathroom and deliver it to a church. But he left us no choice. Did he, Zach?
Hey,
God
Rent Bryce is
himself
back.
commanded us to carry out this very act.
What's in your bathroom, Bryce, that you don't want me to see?
Therefore, I'm simply doing as I'm told. My own will has nothing to do with it.
Did you redo?
We never
didn't
get to
see it.
engage in adventures like these while living in the city, do we? No, the cases of the city are honestly quite boring.
We have to listen.
Who wants to fish through the garbage for a missing corpse's
pressed
genitals?
hams?
Or chase a stray bullet that got lodged into a moving taxi? Talk about
You
stupid.
press
And
the hand,
usually
you
it's
the
all
bullet
just a
seat.
formality so that we can accuse a criminal who's been obviously guilty since day one.
God, York just does not give a shit about.
If I have
like,
to search for something,
due process.
I'd much rather search for something out here. This is the countryside, and it's
He's just, like,
sensational.
fucking.
You know what I mean, don't you, Zach?
Well, at least she gets excited about brushing her teeth. 'Cause
Yeah.
That will save you lots of money in dental care. Make sure she flosses. Now, where's the didgeridoo?
I think it was in the music, maybe. Because Scott said, "Listen."
Oh.
Well, we'll have to hear it again someday by listening to the Deadly Premonition 2: A Blessing in Disguise original soundtrack.
I will buy that. I will buy that, and whenever we go on a road trip, it is all we will listen to.
Well, okay, let's say you can make a choice. You can either buy the soundtrack to Deadly Premonition 2: A Blessing in Disguise, or you can buy the DVD for Gibiate, which may be a bootleg.
I want it to be a bootleg so bad. There's just something beautiful about bootlegging Gibiate.
There's still like a Kiss anime watermark at the top left.
God, I would vomit.
As you're watching, it comes up like in the corner telling them to upgrade to premium malware bytes. You get captured in the screen recording.
I would love that shit. Hey, Brantley. I didn't know.
Episode 12 has their mouse cursor on screen. What's up?
Oh, that would be beautiful. That'd make that so much better. I definitely.
What if on the recording they paused, rewound it, and then played again? Oh, that'd be great. Sorry, what's your question?
Nothing.
What's your thing?
How do I mark this? I want to find Danny, but I have no idea how to find Danny.
Oh right, we never did do that, did we?
No, but that's okay. Maybe I should do it. I just gotta find him. Because in Deadly Premonition 1, all the important NPCs would appear on the map.
Mm-hmm.
And it'd be like, this is where they're at. But I don't know if this game does that. Look up Danny Clarkson's schedule for me. Hey, Brantley.
Mm-hmm.
Hey, Jarvis. Look up Danny Clarkson's schedule for me.
Jarvis, disguise the blessing. Let's see. Blah, blah, blah. Speak to Danny Clarkson at any location. Go to the Clarkson residence. Go to the place. Oh, I love this. This walkthrough has run-on sentences. You know it's real. Go to the place where he lost his arm. Examine it. Beat the gator. Bring the item to him. It doesn't say where.
I just need to know his schedule.
Oh, they spelled skateboard SCATBOARD.
SCAT?
Yeah, skateboard.
Have you ever seen that one Tony Hawk thing? He goes, text me, this is my real number. It's like, hi Tony Hawk, what are you doing? It's like skateboard. See if I can shoot this with my better range handgun.
What's this quest called? Finding Danny.
It is called Danny's Lost Treasure. Can't hit it. What can I? There we go. UFO bonus. Medium quality bad. A bead. I don't know where Danny is. Wait, hold on. I might have a marker. 23. No, that's the one who found her. That's Chuck. Right here. No, not Danny, your child. Danny the criminal. Swamp
We
tours.
promised not the same thing.
Alright.
Hey, you should go back to Pastor Sanders
Well, I know,
because
but
you got the press white guara, right?
yeah, but I'm right here, and I gotta meet with Chuck.
Okay.
This is another mission.
Hey, I'm gonna just tell you a part of the guide that I'm
Zach.
reading right here.
It's time to put our skills to the test.
With the ability to Wally unlocked, head back to the ramp and use it to jump over the train car so you reach the other side. So that's a thing that'll happen.
I broke my skateboard! No!
You broke it?
I broke the skateboard.
How?
I tried to ollie off a ramp in the cutscene.
Well, Zach, it seems as if we've reached an impasse. I'm afraid we won't be able to proceed any further like this.
Zakari Tiger to DC Eagle? Is everything alright?
I like that.
Hello, Melvin. Sadly, my darling just gave out on me.
Your darling? You mean...
Yes, that's right. My beloved skateboard. I know the chances are slim, but do you happen to know of any establishments in town that can repair skateboards? Please, I hope this doesn't offend you. Neither Zach nor I would ever dare to assume that a remote country town like this would have a skateboard shop in it. But perhaps you have at least one eccentric who likes to tinker with them in their spare time.
I know just the person.
I'm unlocking.
Player by night.
Okay, this is important. Yeah, this thing about
God blessed her with two talents, and her name is
wiping out,
Emma
I think it's important.
Sanders.
Yeah, no, this was a
Emma?
cutscene.
That's right. She's Pastor Sanders' adopted daughter, and was also Lise Clarkson's best friend. Emma really knows her stuff. She's got tools and a mountain of parts. So I'm sure she'll be able to help.
I need to
I
make
owe
the
you one,
best,
Melvin.
the best skateboard in this game.
Zach, I never thought we'd
Okay,
find
you're
our
officially
very
on
own
track,
skateboard mentor out here in the sticks. Let's head straight to Emma. What is it, Zach? Why didn't I just ask the sheriff to tow away the old cars? But isn't it obvious? I want to overcome this obstacle using my own strength.
I was not going to think that at all.
In fact, I want to soar over it.
I want to be a pro skater. Your skateboard mentor. Oh, fuck. Do I not have a skateboard now?
Correct.
I do
You
not.
still can fast travel.
That's true.
Yeah, this game is a journey of self-discovery and empowerment over the odds.
I really like that this game does not show you your quest markers on your map. I think that's a very good.
It's a really good idea, really.
So M24 and M36. I think
It requires you to
M36.
be resourceful and waste a lot of time.
Okay, so M24 is where we need to go. How do I fast travel? Why won't it let me fast
Thank
travel?
you, Scott. Who is your favorite skateboard mentor? Yours is Emma.
It will not let me fast travel right now.
Excuse me?
I cannot fast travel.
Why not?
I don't know.
The guide says you should be able to.
Yeah, no, I can't fast travel. I think I have to go to a...
Well, I think you have to go to a fast travel station first, and then you can go to another fast travel station, maybe?
Maybe. Come on, child, keep up.
But otherwise, you are running all the way to the other one, then. You're running all the way to Emma's place.
I'll get this. I wish I could take this truck, though. Oh. Patty is teleporting in front of me.
If only we had one of those soundboard with Dragon Ball Z sound effects on it.
Oh, yes. Gator board. Hi, Willem. I know you've been here, but I haven't.
Yeah, Patty's styling on your. This is a classic case of goading and show me what you got energy. Why are you punching cars?
Why not? They make funny noises.
Okay. I'll take that.
Well, and this guy has a thing by him. Oh, it's a tall man.
Smarty pants.
York, you strong. I don't think I'm physically strong as you. I heard about you. Yep, you catch the bad guy. It's gotta be strong to do that. Yep, I suppose you have a point. I'm strong when it comes to criminals. Super strong, but I couldn't protect Lisa. I'm really weak. Any theories about the identity of perpetrator? I don't know. I mean, the bad guy killed Lisa. I see bad guys. Yep. And the red guys come out. They're bad. Did the red guys kill Lisa's? The red guys are bad. The red guys are bad, but I can't beat them. Yeah, York, you can beat the bad guys. You're smarty pants. Yep, you beat the red guys. Red shadows appear. Eat the strongman's request. 30 of the red shadows that appear. Cool. Ooh, gate board is really good. Oh god, York's so slow.
They really did just take away your skateboard for a while in the game. Just so it's like, oh look, don't you miss it now?
I do miss my skateboard. I need to go really fast. Alright.
The good news is you got the Wyvern service or whatever they call it to
I'm a skateboard.
fast travel your rent.
It says it right there. I'm a skateboard workshop. I better be able to upgrade it to insane speed so I can just explode. See, this is Danny's car, which makes me think that Danny's nearby. But I don't know.
Maybe more than one person has Danny's taste in vehicles? Nah.
Oh, okay, so if you zoom in all the way, yeah, there's Daniel Clarkson. If you zoom in all the way, then it will show you names.
Ah. Good we figured that out now as opposed to 20 hours from now, so.
Yeah, so
Looking for his arm in the river.
says he's over here.
Ah. Of course, always check the trunk.
I don't see him. What's that thing? Is him?
No, that's an alien from Metal Slug.
Oh, yeah, he's visiting Lisa. Where Lisa was killed.
You
I found. This is what you were looking for, right? That's. How did you get that? Well, I punched an alligator. Romancing the stone. He does that vision because I'm picturing his.
If it's not hand binoculars that York is doing, it's definitely 2 fingers to the temple. But I like the
Just like
binoculars idea better.
Michael Douglas did once. Whatever. Anyway, let me thank you. This ring was the reason my treasure and I first met. But right after she was married, it went missing. Felt like I lost everything. I didn't know what to do. Nice room, but it doesn't look very expensive. Yeah, but to me, it's worth more than any diamond. After growing up in that trash heap of a town, I met my treasure one night. We instantly clicked, and our relationship became a special one. Then she slid that ring onto my finger and said, "I'm a princess, and now you will wear that ring, and you're my prince." And insert Utena joke. But what I want to know is, are you going to be ready to be my king someday? Soon after that, I came to Lucare. Took her to my wife and became a member of the Clarkson family. I can still see it clear as day. Bryce, you're online. We sit back on that double swing out back and dream about the future. I became a king and she became a queen. And she carried a doll around her. Oh, fuck. But now that dream's been shattered. My treasure and our princess are both dead and gone. I stood by her side the entire time and couldn't do jack shit. God damn it. Ugh. Hey, can you pretend like you never heard of that? Sure, buddy. Being around you makes me get all weird. Like, I don't know what got into me. Here's some things. High explosive bullets?
What the hell?
Clarksons don't make notes. They got it, that's it, Scrib. If you stick around me too long, I'll get weird again. Here, I'll show you how we do it from DC. I punched him and he didn't even fucking flinch.
I like to imagine that that doing the binocular hands up to York's face does in fact help him see better, even if it's just psychosomatic. But it works.
It does.
Like they eye tested him and everything, and they're like, "God, we got to keep this guy in the field."
Squinting with an astigmatism. They're not tranquilizer bullets. They are rubber bullets. They're high explosive rubber bullets.
Well, what's the definition of tranquilizing?
Putting to sleep. I think tranquilizers require a drug. I don't know.
Let's see. To make tranquil, pacify.
I don't know.
Well, knowing the cops, I think they would agree that rubber bullets count as tranquilizers.
Medium quality.
Because of
sure.
course they would.
That's fair. Ugh. Real bullets do that too.
Also something cops are prone to lean into.
Oh my god, I cannot believe that I have to do this. They take away my skateboard and I have to walk through this low poly. God, this game's ugly as fuck.
Police NyQuil. Ooh, there's a whole bit there. That's like a $5 right there, like a...
Yeah, man.
You could do a stand-up sesh on that.
Holy god. There she is. There's Emma. Thank god. Now let's upgrade my skateboard. Only upgrade my skateboard.
Oh, you know NyQuil. They come in packs of 12.
Hey, Agent York. I feel like someone's in there.
Yeah, Patty. It's a house.
Let's go and see.
Bullets come in 50 packs, for the most part, apparently.
I was making reference to like a clip, but
Oh.
okay.
Most clips are 12.
Yeah.
Oh, 16 for cops. They have extended clips.
Huh? What do y'all
They
want?
would.
I'm kind of busy here.
Overcompensating.
My dad has an extended clip.
That means
Hi
he must
there.
have taken it from
Are
a
you
cop.
Emma?
He's doing his service.
Yeah. Who are
It
you?
is. It's a police issue. but I
Francis
don't know
York
how we
Morgan.
got it.
I'm an FBI special
To
agent.
bring things around, Emma
Please call
here
me
has
York.
psychonauts
That's what
hair.
everyone calls me.
Oh,
Agent
she does.
York? So, what does the FBI want with little old me?
I
I
like how
already
her
told the
says
police everything I
baptize.
know about Lise.
Emma, I haven't come here
Do you
to
think
talk
it's
to you
ironic
about
or not?
Lise. Although I suppose it's sort of connected
her
in a
father
way.
Is the
My darling is
the
broken,
preacher.
and I need you to
My
fix her.
question still stands.
You call your
Because
board
he
your
could think that
darling?
it's not.
I never heard that one before.
I
Um,
think she's devoted. Yeah, that's true.
All
Yeah,
right,
that's
let me see
yeah,
it.
true.
She
I'll try and
also
assess
doesn't
the
have
damage.
the lack of a nose. Hey, that's exactly how my skateboard broke. I tried to do a sweet ramp and I broke the trucks. Nah, I turned hard and they were already worn.
Oh, I love that. We put the fun and
I replaced
defund the
all your
police.
trucks, wheels, and gave you some brand
Quote,
new
everyone
deck
who
tape.
comes to the auction gets a cop
Also, you were
gun.
missing a
Like
tail
that.
guard, so I put one on for you.
All right.
That way you should be able to do a few tricks here and there
Man,
without any
filter.
risk of damage. Well, what do you think?
I saw those wheels popping.
It's beautiful, Emma.
The wheels were scraped down and the base plate screws were all about to fall out.
Excellent. That's
Oh, and the axles were also warped. It was pretty much
Stretched all
in
the way
critical
across your
condition.
mouth.
Now, what I want to know is, how did it get that way?
I tried to ramp a train.
Well, my car was stolen on my way here from
Are we gonna
Houston.
get the whole story?
So, I switched over to my darling and rode her here instead.
I love this game.
You know, you're crazier than you look.
Emma, would you mind answering another crazy question for me? I want to use this board to soar, literally.
Can you put a jetpack?
Would you
on
mind
it?
teaching me a trick that would allow me to do so?
You mean you want to do a Wally?
A Wally?
Whew. Well, I'd be happy to teach you how, but it's too cramped in
I
here.
gotta know what wrong thing they're about to.
I know
do
where we should go.
skateboarding towards.
You want to learn too? You sure? Seems like you're interested. Whatever. I know you're just gonna come along anyway. So you should at least learn the basics.
You think this means that Patty will no longer teleport and will instead also skateboard
That would be nice.
and teleport? Wally Sanders went to land. The
Perhaps since
abandoned
then,
fact-
Wally Sanders also developed Patty's ability to teleport.
Okay, Agent York. Now we should have enough room to practice.
Used to Wally to Sept.
I'll show you how it's done first, then you just
So much lore
practice till
building
you learn how to
going
do
on.
it, okay?
This episode of our
Well-
Familiar Territory stream.
Wally Sanders, the totally real historical skateboarder.
Mm-hmm.
God, my knees just thinking about hitting the... I really like that we got all of that.
Does this mean you can jump anytime now? Can you bunny hop?
Use kicker ramps. You can access skateboard courses from the special... What?
Oh boy.
Skate. Fuck yeah, man.
Guys, this pales a kickflip.
Oh god, I forgot L is not the trigger. Oh god, I cannot turn on this
You have to
game.
hold and release.
I missed the fucking checkpoint.
Ah.
I have no idea. I honestly have no idea what this game wants me to do. Fucking hell. The coins have these giant like hit markers.
Giant hitboxes, but the gates do not. You have a lot of time though.
I haven't done a single bully. Oh my god! Why would you tell me to do that? You jumped over everything. Holy shit.
The timing was too good.
I'm just too used to playing Sonic Adventure 2.
Ada Cypher discovered the Wally in attempting to cross the broken wall, with government stamped down hard due to rising fatalities. Thank you, Zach. You know, I heard Wally was a feminist. Just slowly build out this fake person's Wikipedia article.
I'm sure if we do it well enough. You just go.
I mean, like, Minecraft YouTubers have Wikipedia pages and they're not cool, so. Uh-oh. Yeah, baby.
Did you just Austin Powers? Yeah, baby.
Because you got stuck in between the two, yeah. I'm glad you were able to take that really just kind of like half-hearted attempt into calling that a real Austin Powers impression.
Okay, hold on. I need to see.
In the credits, QA staff, Sweary, dog, in parentheses, 1.
Do you think that if I just let this go, York will just constantly write his keyboard very...
Yeah, sure. Absolutely.
I wonder how far you would get. Just like monkey typewriter.
It looks like your velocity drops every time you hit a surface, so it's probably gonna just... You'll hit another surface and you'll slow down again until it factors down enough that you stop rolling. Once again from chat, we got more Wally lore. A lesser known fact, it was the Black Panthers wielding of both guns and the Wally that frightened the NRA into pushing for gun control.
Fuck the NRA.
Yeah.
Fuck the NRA.
But that's why
Thank you, Emma.
They didn't understand the power of the Wally.
That's why the
I only
SRA
learned that new
wield
trick
it.
thanks to your
the SRA
guidance.
also banned the Wally.
Now I'm sure that Zach and I will be able to reach our destination.
But they didn't.
Thank you for assisting.
They didn't truly understand it, so they
If
had
your
to
board
ban it
breaks
by
again,
way of
or you feel like trusting, I'm
describing
pretty much always
things.
there during the
Like,
day.
you
I'm
can't do
also
this
taking
thing,
some time
and you
off
can't do
school
that
because of what
thing.
happened with Lise.
Hence why we have stupid rules.
Wally's last words as he flew into the stratosphere was in fact, fuck the NRA.
Skating and playing music are the only things that help me escape the pain of losing her.
Before Wally had ascended too high, there were hopes that Wally's brother, Tolly, was able to grab him by the ankle and pull
Zach,
him
did
down.
you see
but
the expression on her
unfortunately,
face just now?
Tolly just wasn't very fond of Wally, so
She works hard to act cheerful,
he waited a little
but
too
she's
long.
yet
didn't get
another
there in
person
time.
who
Well,
was
and the
hurt by the
problem was is
tragedy.
because their brother Stolly was making sure that they weren't getting anything done because he was stalling.
Lisa's death is like wildfire,
And that was the brother's
spreading
folly.
embers of sadness throughout the entire town.
But the good news is, well, they did try. They brought in their cousin Volley, who launched a barrage of nets to try and get Wally down.
And the people looked on and said, "Golly."
For the love of
Could be
skating,
Stalin.
I
Could be.
unlocked so much. Oh my god, I damaged my skateboard by running into Patty. I ran into Patty and I lost 2% of my skateboard. Now, why did I think that this game would not have terrible, terrible vehicle health and maintenance like the first game?
Hopes and dreams, which you have in abundance.
The skateboards are mortal. Alright, I'm
Well,
gonna go to the skateboard shop and see if I can upgrade them
Yeah.
to make it so that no, I cannot, by the way, bunny hop.
That's too bad.
It is. I forgot that Wally Sanders is not a real character. I was literally trying to think, like, what's
Wally up to?
Yeah, although I was like, oh, why did we start talking about this character? I know that. Nope, she didn't say anything about it. We just made it up. Nope.
Twitch is better with chat.
Twitch is better with chat.
Up to a certain size limit.
Yeah, if we had like 10,000.
Then all hell breaks loose.
If we had like 10,000 people here, I would make it so that only Zach could comment. Zach and Scott, and occasionally, and Bryson Willem would be able to too, but they wouldn't. Oh, we just need the consistent chatter from our two much funnier members. Fuck you.
Grant, you can thank me for that one because that got auto-modded and I let it through.
Dude, why Automod? I didn't want Automod to be a fucking pansy. I wanted it to get rid of hate speech.
Yeah.
Automod's like, oh no, the set of swearsies. Are we allowed that?
Swearsy's the developer of Deadly Premonition. Busting it.
Oh. That didn't damage my skateboard. My skateboard. Pedestrian damages. Skateboarding's not a crime. Yeah, how did fuck you get through, but not fuck the end?
They must be specifically because they expect it to be like an attack on someone.
Hi,
Oh.
Agent York.
Huh. Funny how that works.
Trick.
I suppose it makes sense.
Ick.
I saw Patty pointing again.
Fuck the NRA is not a slur, it's just the truth. I think that Wally ate it enough to satisfy you, so Really? Sure, I'm dead serious. There's a course I've always been practicing on. How about you try and finish it within a special timeout? Okay, time to treat. Finish the course.
Here we go.
Use a 360 power slide?
Oh my god.
Can I turn on a dime then?
We'll see.
What?
It's not ready to image of myself on a corkboard behind me at work. You can make that happen. Custom Zoom backgrounds. Oh, that would be great to have your Zoom background just be another photo of you.
Oh my god, max speed increase. Oh my god. Jump increase, level 3.
Here we go, it's time for the grind.
I mean...
Indeed, I saw that, Scott. It's always fun.
I do not know how to do the power slide.
How can they not tell you?
They said ZR, but I'm pressing ZR. That's not working.
Is it a break?
No, it just said press ZR. It says I have to beat a course in the time, but it didn't tell me which course.
Oh.
I will grind out all of I will grind out all of the
You get money for this.
No, you get money from it.
Yeah, if we go here, we can always afford to be Stinky Agent. Exactly.
I need 40,000.
I want to hear about the best Zoom backgrounds. And while you type those, at one point I was in a TV production course, so I had my buddy stand up against a green screen and then cross his arms, just kind of look intimidating. And I green screened himself up into the right, so it looked like he had a stand of himself.
That's pretty damn good.
Why are you doing this course again?
I want to get that speed increase. If I can get that speed increase.
But do you think other courses will give you more point opportunities?
Well, I don't know if each course is separate wins.
Yeah, so why does York have to pay so much for Sneaky Agent?
Because the FBI does not want Sneaky Agent. They're like,
So they get a report and they're like, yeah, fuck this guy. We want him off staff, and they just start finding him.
yeah. That's... Ooh, I got gold. Alright, I got a durability increase from my skateboard.
Nice.
Okay. So I need you to... Okay. The ZR is the top one, right? Nope, it's not.
Oh my god, we're in chat what we're just describing is that episode of SpongeBob. That I'm ugly and I'm proud.
How do I use
Meanwhile, he's got onion breath.
journal?
You guys been paying crypto for decades. They just fluctuate the value.
Oh my god, there's a fucking...
Yes, and it would seem so, Scott. As far as I can see.
There is a goddamn...
Skill tree? Or no, is this missions?
This is mission paths.
Yeah, so this is showing you how they connect to each other. Your time travel map. We're in Virtue's Last Reward.
Use... What course? What course? Can you look up Trick School 360 Power Slide to tell me what course I'm supposed to be on?
I'll do my best.
Yes, I was losing durability during the course. Oh, okay, I think it's this one. Because look, there's another skate ramp right here.
Ah, so it's just, it is actually a different location.
Yeah. I would honestly not put it past this game to make it so that each course has different abilities for my skate.
Yeah. What do you say we go for about another half hour?
That
Call
sounds
it there.
good. Oh, there it is. I have 360 power slide. The game definitely did not let me see me do that 360 power slide. Can I just... Wait. I thought it was wanting me to smash through these barriers. Maybe it did.
Yeah, the collision on those coins is massive.
Yeah.
You rimming that wall just turned that 360 into a 720, my friend.
Oh, yep, they have... Okay, so no. So they have different, what's it called? They have different metals. But they do not have different,
Upgrade paths, so it's just the
Yes.
same upgrade tree.
yes. We're gonna play
You got a
again.
chocolate chip cookie.
I wanna get that gold medal.
Yet another Smash Bros. Move for watching in action.
Oh yeah, absolutely. Yeah, I really wish the 360 power slide allowed me to turn. That's my problem.
we're not out of abilities yet.
Yeah, man, I will grind out my fucking skateboard shit so that I get the best skateboard in this game. I can do that on stream, I can do that off stream, but I will do it.
We should do it on stream.
Just grind this out. I don't know what's causing me to jump anyway.
Probably just uneven parts of the geometry.
Did you like that turnaround trick?
Classic turnaround trick.
I'm so mad. I'll try it and see what happens. Yes, I got it. Okay. It's fine. We'll get it. I look away for 1 minute. That's what I was getting for. Yeah, I learned tricks. This one seems to be at least a little bit faster than bowling. Bowling's so long comparatively. But this is also a pretty decent way to get money because you get quite a bit of currency.
Yeah. Remember, the last trick that you get allows Francis York Morgan to help.
I wish.
But first you have to style switch. The best skate trick you can learn is the give up. Patty, is that you? God, are you talking to Patty?
Got us that the final trick killed him. Oh, damn. I don't know what the gold is. But I'm getting there. I'm getting there. I fucking hate that I love doing this in video games.
Did you hear that?
Oh yeah. Oh my god, that turn is ass.
Yeah, you gotta go for the earlier one instead.
I can feel a fountain of skill overflowing with me. No way. What? Oh, you definitely have skill, but you can't hurry these things when it comes to personal growth. You need to keep making friends with your board until each trick becomes a part of you. But
Did you use a Jedi mind trick on you?
that's your ham and regulate your breathing, York. It's simple. Keep riding your board and get used to it. That's right, get used to it. I'll teach you your next trick once you've gotten good with this one. That you can do without thinking. Zach, we have no choice but to do what she says here. 1984.
Okay, you never told me your favorite double dash track.
My favorite double dash track is it's either DK Mountain or Daisy Cruise. Karate Kid and Zach, this is training. And she's our Mr. Miyagi. Alright, I am gonna get gold on that. Nice. I got another, but I want to get gold.
You know what? Peach is fun.
No, Baby Park, okay, Baby Park does not count because Baby Park is... Baby Park is not a track.
Dry Desert, it's a good testing ground. Wario Coliseum, that's the one I was thinking of earlier.
That one sucks ass. Baby Park is good, but Baby Park is just a little too corporate for me.
Ooh, Rainbow Road and Double Dash has to be the hardest Rainbow Road I've played.
Easy, easy. I really wish.
Aside from maybe like Super Mario Kart.
Super Mario Kart Rainbow Road does suck ass. But it's not even like clean looking, you know? Like it doesn't really have like a good aesthetic besides just being like, oh, it is Rainbow Road, right? Fucking hell. I do really wish that I was thinking that maybe it's for 20. It's for gold. But I'm really disappointed there's not like a Rainbow Road Cup where it's just
A bunch of Rainbow Roads. Oh.
it is weird to me that that was never like a thing that you could see in Mario Kart 8 where it would be like build your own cup
That would be fun.
where you get to pick the stages
Yeah.
and then do one.
I suppose their logic is, oh, just do single races and whatever order you want.
Yeah,
But
but
there's something special about being able to set it up and run it.
yeah, I agree.
Especially when we're used to, like, knowing that there are, like, tournament scenes and stuff, right? So,
Yeah. Oh my god, I fucking hate this thing. That worked last time. Why didn't it work this time? I feel like there's always a game that we just get really like hooked on talking about when we stream Twitch.
did you know that Double Dash released in Europe, in the PAL region, before it released in the United States? By 3 days.
Nice. Didn't Billy Hatcher release before in America than before Japan?
I think so.
What a bless. One day we will have to play that on stream.
You know what'll happen? We'll get as far as about World 4 or 5.
Healthcare, Mario Kart, fascism.
You know what? Since we brought up Peach Beach, there's a great remix I know of. If you look up Breakdance Peach on YouTube, you'll find a mashup of Breakdance Beach and Breakdance and Peach Beach, and it's real great. It's like a perfect sync. Kind of incredible.
I will have to check it out. Watching it now, Zach says. I know Zach is secretly the biggest music fan. Oh my god, that lag kills me every time. This game. This game
Yeah, because you can't go in that angle. You gotta go the earlier. You gotta go through the earlier.
Oh, I know what you're talking about. I gotta take this turn really short.
Essentially, yeah. So when you're done with this, you go into in between the first silo.
Yeah,
Then you can kind of
as long as the game decides to not work, I definitely press the button. You know what? I bet I can just turn it around. Nope.
No, but you have such a wide turn angle, anyways.
Well, let me see something. You know what? I actually have an idea. Nope. Well, I did it. My goal is because I go around, right? I ramp. So maybe if I hit the ramp first.
Speaking to chat, I have not seen Tom Cardy, but Tom Cardy does in fact have a Wikipedia page to contribute to our earlier conversation. That yeah, we could probably go ahead and just make Wally Sanders in Wikipedia. Let it fly.
We would need to make a bunch of lying research papers about Wally Sanders.
A lot of citation needed.
Yes, 100%.
Because when Wikipedia is so full, who's gonna find Wally Sanders and debate it?
Oh my god. The Wally pictures. And it's really frustrating.
Oh, I know Tom Cardy.
Oh, I can't go that way. Cool.
I've seen a few of his things.
Who is Tom Cardy?
Yeah, I saw Businessman. I think I probably sent you one of his videos at one point where he's pretending to not be a cop. Like it's the video is him and he's like he's dancing and singing and performing in front of his phone camera. And he's got like reddish brown hair and a mustache.
Oh.
White dude.
It happened.
Yo, if you look him up later,
No,
you'll know.
no, you missed it, Brantley. It happened.
I fucking hell.
I fell through the floor.
My god.
I hope my autosave was relatively recently.
What movie does this remind you of, Zach?
That's right.
That's right. Penguins of Madagascar.
Will I fall out of the skybox though? I lost.
Here, you should screenshot this so you can post it on Twitter.
Oh my god, I'm traveling so fast.
Can you get the sun behind his head? Over 80 miles travel bonus.
But the thing is I can't keep this because I'm stuck. The descent. What's that little bot? Is that the... What's that little circle over there, Brantley?
Let me take a look.
I don't...
That...
Yeah, I am, by the way, going faster. Oh, I'm starting to reverberate. The model's starting to fall apart. Oh. Oh my god! Oh no! I know! He's starting to fall apart! Francis York Morgan! He's like jiggling!
I have to clip this.
Oh my god! It might be. Oh my goodness, I'm still falling! Also, it looks like it looks like that you only get 1,000 miles travel bonus. I have no idea, but my hair's coming off my head, kind of. Oh my god.
You know, Grant, life is beautiful.
Oh, he's super distorting.
Oh!
Oh my god, will the model break?
I mean, let's see, we have about 14 minutes of stream left to see.
Oh god. Oh.
You know what this you know what this looks like? This is when you get electrocuted in Mario Sunshine.
It's getting worse. It's getting worse. His shirt is now, oh my god. So why did I fall through the map, Brantley?
I didn't see.
I exited the skateboard and I just started falling through the map.
So I'm guessing it tried to initialize you back on the ground, but either through a floating point error or something else, it sank you a little too low. And so if, it decided to choose, hey, am I going to put you up or down? It said down.
I need to get an SD card to upload this to Twitter. I don't have an SD. Oh, I don't have an SD card slot. Yep, Francis York Morgan's model is definitely freaking the fuck out right now. This is incredible. Oh. He is no longer recognizable as Francis York Morgan.
Scott, what if I just did this one day? It would be immaculate.
Oh, I can't wait.
He's de-rezzing.
Yeah, dude. Oh my god, he's freaking the fuck out. Oh, sorry.
Oh my god.
This is incredible. I'm so glad that we're ending these streams on like 2 just horrible glitches. This is beautiful. Now part of
Life
Art Deco
is beautiful.
You can't shut it off. I did get a picture of it, so we do have a still shot before he turned into this. Also, I don't know what happened to the I don't know what happened to the ceiling, but it does not look
The sky, it's just because you're seeing more of it repeating. You're seeing more of the sky.
Oh, wow, I am. Where's that black orb? The black orb is getting closer, I think. Maybe not.
I'm assuming... Fuck. I'm guessing that is a...
Woo.
I don't really know. Wow, okay. He's really losing it. Oh my god. Oh, no.
He looks like a fucking PS1 character.
He does. You know what he looks like? He looks like he's from that one, like, Star Wars PS1 game when you band blade and you just fall into a collection of polygons.
Oh, I'm so happy that this game... Hey, Zach, have you ever heard about parallel universes? Half A press.
He's vibing.
Oh, God. Oh. 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 This is horrifying. Oh. And Telecube guys falls right next. Oh god. I did keep picking up speed. There was no limit on the speed. I really wish there wasn't a cap on the money too, so we would just be getting like an insanely high. I don't think the circle's getting closer. I wonder if I've hit. No, I'm still falling, I think. I don't know. Oh. Oh god. The model's freaking out right now. Oh, what a beautiful, beautiful end.
Yeah.
Dude, you can count the polygons on him now.
Tumbling down, tumbling down, tumbling down.
He silly geometry hates him. Oh my god. Now why would his model be doing this?
Let me give it some thought.
What's great is if you look at him at this angle, it looks normal. But if you look at him at this angle, it looks fucked.
Let's see. I've not seen something like this before, so I'm just gonna wing it and say that it's either that the vertices are attempting to travel so fast that they're all kind of lining up, sort of, because they're at this extreme distance that they're trying to travel, and they're wiggling between some very wide ranges. This is why kids listen to touchscreen. I love our chat. That or like it could be because it's slightly procedural, his animation, and so therefore that gives the vertices some leeway. But I frankly just don't know.
I don't know if you noticed, but I am moving on the map.
Oh my god, yeah, you have forward motion.
I do have forward motion. I actually have all the motion I want. So I'm gonna see what happens when I reach the edge of the map. I'm sure it's gonna be great. I'm sure it's gonna not be terrifying. I'm getting there. The up motion. Nope. Oh
man.
It was so funny because earlier in the stream you said, "Oh, you almost fell through the floor. I'm waiting for it."
Mm-hmm. And you didn't even have to try.
Look, I look like the Roblox man now.
Yeah. Oh, you're evolving into an Enderman. Oh.
Except when
Yeah, look at how like there's the positions are staggered. That's interesting.
My head looks round now.
This is some combo of like rendering so it's like something with graphics programming and also like the locations that it's trying to work out, and it's kind of
But if you look at it from this angle, it looks fine.
yeah, looking good looking good, York. Oh my god.
Oh my god! Look at how
Never
many
looked
fucking
better.
skies we got now too.
By the way, I have been hitting clip every now and then, so we have a couple like staggered versions of this. Evolving into the final boss that we fight when you load back in. We've got the fucked up box suits that, like Kanye West was in that one time.
That was a good meme. That was a happy fun time.
Mm-hmm.
The map also has stopped working completely. Because I'm now currently, I think I'm stuck. I think I'm no longer, I think I have lost my forward momentum. All memes
Yeah, maybe
are,
hit a world boundary.
let's go to the circle. Go to that. We'll go to the black hole, and we will
That's
reach,
the Bailet.
and we will reach Solstice.
I don't know that you can get there. That might be a rendering error with like the sky sphere or something.
Nah, that's the other world.
I mean, it could be. It literally could be somewhere that you warp to, below the world. But it's so far away, I kind of doubt it.
Am I getting closer? That's the question.
I do love that they have no protection against this. Because the simple solution is if your location gets low enough, then we just warp you back up. You know?
Yeah.
Because like here's the thing, in a game like this, you're mostly on flat terrain. And so it's very easy to say, alright, the player will never be lower than this location. You know, granted, like that then can become a little dangerous if someone starts building a different map at a lower altitude. And maybe accidentally you start just blipping out of the world because, you know, you hit that hard limit, but again, anything's better than this.
I don't know, man. I'm pretty excited about the amount of dark sky that we got going on up there.
Yeah, wow. Ooh.
If we do reach the sphere, it does not look like it's getting bigger, but perspective is a bitch. No, I'm still moving.
It looks more detailed than before.
And this triggers the end of the game. We have successfully speedrun Deadly Premonition 2. The only problem is I don't know when my last autosave was, and I'm honestly a little scared.
Yeah, but hey, that's the Deadly Premonition experience.
It's true. Oh my god. Damn, this is what York Morgan's true form looks like. The sphere color did change. It's like a yellowish now.
Well, because time's passing. So much time is passing.
York, stuck in an endless void. He's become spheres. I don't know if it's getting closer.
Wow.
It is very hard to tell.
Can't believe they leaked his final smash. Da-da-da.
I wish I could.
That Pokemon?
I really am curious as what would happen if I just hit solid something right now. Yeah,
You'd probably just stop,
but what
which is a boring answer, but or you'd go right through it.
my
Because if your increments of movement between frames is far enough, then essentially the game won't detect that you hit a wall at all. That's how you go through walls in Mario 64, for instance.
I see.
You have so much velocity that your current position and your next position are so far apart that it just skips over the wall in between you. Yay, this is missing node. There we go. Brought it back.
Oh, this is really good.
Yeah, you know what that dot out is over there?
What?
That's Sinistar. I hunger.
You clipped when I first fell through, right?
Not immediately, no. But I didn't get the moment where you like actually had the drop, because I was tabbed out, unfortunately.
But we can go back and get that, right?
Yeah, oh, totally.
Awesome.
And we're gonna have the VOD. I do have a couple clips after that. Yeah.
This is really good. I just think that
Helpful discussions.
you can kind of see what York Morgan looks like now. A little bit.
The other Premonition demake.
Ugh.
This is the only acceptable term for deconstruction.
Well, I think we should probably end here. Thank you for joining us in this incredible, this blessing in disguise.
Fuck.
If you liked what you listened to, we have a podcast. It's on YouTube. We just finished our Black Star Shooter recording, so it'll probably be out in a couple weeks.
Francis York Morgan.
Or within the week. We have a Twitter at FamiliarTerrets2, where I ask questions about Black Rock Shooter. That's basically all I've done. Make sure to...
Dream of this tonight, everyone.
Yeah, I do kind of want to just keep it running. See what happens when I turn it
Turning
on.
into Sir Topham Hatt if you get the right angle.
Oh, yes. Eldritch Sir Topham Hatt, but definitely Sir Topham Hat.
The one and only.
You can see a little bit of Francis York Morgan here. It's horrifying, but this should be no. The VOD thumbnail needs to be the one where I have the picture of him descending down, but like still,
Yeah.
still fully constructed.
Totally. You know, if Francis York Morgan was able to be in a movie, he would want it to end with this.
Oh, absolutely. He'd be like, Zach, it's like that movie, 2001: A Space Odyssey. Yeah, directed by Stanley Kubrick.
Zach, what a great way to go out.
People will be talking about this for months. Oh my god.
What better to do as an FBI agent than to leave the world with a mystery?
Oh my god. I cannot tell what's going on anymore. Now, one last question before we leave.
Sure.
Is there a bottom?
No. Eventually, maybe the numbers will go up enough that it crashes, but no, there's no bottom.
Huh. Oh, great. Alright. Thank y'all for joining us. Be sure to follow us on YouTube, follow us on Twitch, follow us on Twitter, or don't do anything of that, because we are not your dads.
Jesus Christ.
I gotta end the stream.